Hi there. This is Mr. Chan. I'm going to be teaching you how to use Scratch. So all you got to do is go on Google and search Scratch, and you're going to come up with this website right here. So the first thing you're going to want to do once you get into Scratch is to press Join Scratch. Write in your username and your password, and it's gonna eventually ask you for where you come from, what country, your birth date, um, and your email, a couple other things. But once you've finished, Scratch is gonna send you an email. So you're gonna want to go to your Mangere College email, check it, and get into the email that they sent you and confirm your account. And after you've done that, come back to Scratch, and I'm going to teach you how to make your first video game. So I'll give you 5 seconds. Just pause the video here and finish off joining Scratch, and then resume this video afterwards. Okay, cool. So I'm going to assume that you have joined Scratch already. So we're going to start creating. So go to create. Just X out of this. You're going to see this little cat here. Don't worry about the cat. Don't worry about this stuff here. What I want you to see right now is the video game that you're going to ultimately make, what you're going to eventually make. So it's basically you're a dragon, and you're going to be shooting fish and penguins. So yeah, basically you got up and down keys, you press spacebar, fish come out of your mouth, and you shoot penguins. So it's fairly simple, but quite a lot of work goes into it. So that's why we're starting with a simple game. So the first thing we want to do is trash this cat, because we're not going to want that cat. Go straight to choose a sprite, and we're going to search for dragon. Dragon's going to pop up. You just click once, and you've got a dragon. You notice this dragon is a little large. So what we're going to do is go to size here. You see where it says 100? That means 100%. We're going to make it just 30% of its original size. So if you write 30, it's going to become the right size. You see how it's the same size as here. Okay, so notice that when we're playing the game, we press this green flag, and then the game starts. So whenever you make a game, you have to start it off with this little bar here. When green flag is clicked, all of these things afterwards happen. So you got to make sure that you have this first. And after that, we are going to make sure that this dragon appears on this side of the screen. So in order to be able to do that, first of all, I need to explain something to you guys. You might know about it from maths, but I just want to make sure that you guys got it. So this is an X and Y grid. You notice this cat from Scratch that we just trashed. It's appeared in the middle of the screen. You can think of this screen as having this X and Y grid. So this cat right here, if we were to say for this cat X equals negative 240, then this cat would be here. If we were going to say X equals 240 for this cat, then this cat would appear here. If we were going to say X equals 0, then this cat would stay where it was. If we were going to say Y equals negative 180, then this cat would appear here. If we were going to say this cat Y equals 0 for this cat, then it would stay here. And if we were going to say Y equals 180, then it would appear at the top here. Now, if we were to put that together, if we were going to say X equals negative 240 and Y equals 180, then the cat would appear here. If we were going to say X equals 0 and Y equals 0, then the cat would stay here. If we were going to say X equals 240 and Y equals negative 180, then the cat would appear here. And one more example, if we were going to say X equals 240 and y equals 180 for this cat, then the cat would appear here. Okay, cool. So now that you kind of understand how the X and Y grid works, we want this dragon to appear right here. So on this map, on this X and Y grid, we want it to be basically X equals, let's say 180, so like about here, and we want Y to equal 0 because we don't want it up, we don't want it down, we just want it right here. So the first thing we want to do is go to motion, and we're going to go, where is it? Here. So when the green flag is clicked, you want to make sure that the dragon goes to, what did we say? We said negative 180, x equals negative 180, and y equals 0. Cool. The dragon appears there. So if you were like we were saying before, if x equals 0 and y equals 0, the dragon will appear in the middle, just like here. If we we're going to say x equals 180 and y equals 180, then it should appear here. Yep, up there. So what we want is for it to appear here. So it was negative 180 and y equals 0. Cool. So the next part is we want to be able to move this dragon up and down. So in order to do that, we're going to go to control, and we're going to pull this forever thing. So basically forever is like, it's just saying when we press green flag, this, whatever is in here, will happen until we press the stop button, and it will always happen when the game is playing. So forget what you just said, what I just said. I'm just going to explain this as clearly as I can. Forever means for the entire time this game is playing, whatever is in here is going to work. Okay, so it might sound a little confusing, but maybe just actually doing it would make it clear. So we're gonna make sure that when we press the up button, the dragon's gonna go up. When we press the down button, the dragon's gonna go down. So we're gonna put this guy in here. Okay, so forever, if the up arrow is pressed, then so if the up arrow is pressed, then we want the dragon to go up. So we want to go to motion, and we're gonna change Y. Oh no, not set. So if you accidentally put the wrong thing here, you can always just click it and drag it back to here, and it'll just disappear. So we're gonna go actually change Y by 10. So if you look at this map, if the dragon is here and we change Y by 10, instead of it being Y equals 0, it'll be Y equals 10. So it'll go up here. Yeah. Cool. So now when you press the green flag, the dragon will go up, but it can't go down. So the next part, the else part, we're going to add another if then. There we go. And we're going to go back to motion, and we're going to put in change Y again in the right spot. Oh, no, that's right. The first thing we got to do is this key up arrow. So this is sensing. So you put key space pressed here, then we're going to go down arrow, and then we're going to change, we're going to get that change Y by 10 thing, pop it in here, and instead of 10, we're going to do negative 10, because you want it to go down if you press the down key. So if you press the green arrow now, the green flag, you can go up and down. Cool, so that's your first lesson. Move on to the next one after you're happy with this. Actually, I'm just going to make sure that we understand what's going on here. So I'll just explain that quickly. So when the green flag is clicked, so once we click this green flag, move the dragon to negative 180 x equals negative 180, y equals 0. So here, for the entire game, if the up arrow is pressed, then move the dragon up by 10, y by 10. If else, if the down arrow is pressed, then move the dragon by negative 10 down. That's all it says. Cool. Thanks for listening to this lesson. Move on to the next one now.